Get it,
Taking
y'all.
all the way back to
Hold on.
2015
2015.
to Macon, Georgia, to discuss the case of a pastor who had 2 fiancées for years, and on his
How?
wedding day, made
How?
a fatal decision. Back in 2015, Pastor William Pounds III had managed to make a good life for himself in Macon, Georgia. With one career as a senior master sergeant in the Air National Guard, he worked at Robins Air Force Base in Warner Robins, Georgia. But his passion was delivering the word, being a pastor of King's Chapel Memorial CME Church in Perry, Georgia, where in 2014, William stepped into his role as head pastor. He had a loyal congregation who loved the man and took his word and his knowledge of the holy book at face value. Outside the church, Pastor also had a love interest, a woman he had been on and off with for years, but it seemed their love for each other would stay strong.
Oh, God.
At the time, 46-year-old Miss Kendra Jackson. The two met back in the early 2000s when Kendra was working at a bank by Macon Mall. The divorced mother of 3 liked William from the beginning, and for almost 10 years considered the now pastor the man of her dreams. He even proposed to her, making her his fiance. In Kendra's mind, she had found real love, a loving, compassionate man of the cloth. But little did she know, William had 2 sides. A few years later, William will find himself also taking a liking to another woman, who we will call Victoria for the sake of the story. Him and Victoria hit it off, and things got serious fast, in which he also proposed to her.
Damn, he just out here proposing.
His fiance.
Fuck.
William did a good job at keeping the women from each other. He would bring one to his home one weekend and the other on the next.
Dead wrong.
Dates, trips out of town, even helped Kendra with her kids. To the point, neither woman had no idea about the other. As Victoria lived in Atlanta and Kendra in Macon, he would be able to pull this off for almost 10 years.
What
now,
the hell?
At the church and both
10 years and they ain't no God.
Women knowing the location, the love triangle will soon be discovered.
Bro got game.
When the congregation hosted Pastor's Appreciation Day, and both women decided to go and surprise their fiance. Once there with the congregation in shock, it didn't take long for them to see their new pastor was living a double life, and for the 2 women to put 2 and 2 together. They confronted William in front of the church and put the man on blast. Victoria and Kendra even exchanged phone numbers so that they could follow up and talk and see how long it had been going on. But William wasn't done yet, and he still somehow had both women's attention. He would pillow talk to Victoria, telling her how he was breaking things off with Kendra, and then vice versa, telling Kendra he was breaking things off with Victoria.
So you keep it
But it wasn't true. In fact, the pastor had set a wedding day for him and Victoria on June 12th, 2015. Something he never did after all the years of stringing Kendra along as his fiance. Tired of the games, Kendra and Victoria both agreed through text their fiance was a manipulator and had told both of them too many lies. And they said what was done in the dark was coming to the light. But the slick preacher man still had Victoria willing to marry him, feeling like she won the prize and Kendra was finally out the picture.
Bro got game.
The day prior, somehow Kendra ended up at William's house in Macon. The 2 talked and she was convinced that he was done with Victoria, not knowing the couple's wedding plans the following day.
Wow.
But around about 12:30 a.m., local police would get a frantic call from William, claiming Kendra had decided to end it all at his house. When they responded to the home, they found Kendra suffering from a gunshot wound to the head. And unfortunately, it was too late, and the mother of 3 was pronounced gone on the scene. In shock, William told police he called her over to break the news he was getting married to Victoria and that they were done. He claimed while laying in his bed, she stated, "Well, if we can't be together, one of us have to go."
What the hell? What type of mentality is that? What the fuck?
Popped herself.
She was in love.
That had very well been the case. Police chucked it up as a hurt woman who made a decision after being rejected. And Pastor was at first in the clear. As Kendra's family and friends got the news, they were devastated. And some just didn't believe the vibrant, outgoing mother who loved life and her kids would do that to herself. Some friends even told police about another side of William, that him and Kendra had been on and off for years. And when she would get tired of his games, he would either finesse her with promises and words or even put hands on her. The crime scene also didn't sit right with police. It was a spent shell casing on the bed, and another one on the floor, meaning 2 shots.
2 shots was off.
Not consistent with a person that did that to themselves. They confronted William with their new findings, even asking him about the blood spots and how it was in the room. And he quickly flipped his story. He stated when he told Kendra they were done, she grabbed the gun and said, "I'm gonna take your life." He claimed she aimed at him and shot once. While he hit
see, this is the thing, bro. And this is one thing I want to say, bro. I know I've been saying, oh, he got game, oh, this, that. But when you see a man with a whole bunch of women, he trying to fill the void and he's stressed out. And he really don't know love himself. You feel what I'm saying? And this is sad that you just couldn't tell her you didn't want to be with her. You wanted to be with the other girl. You couldn't just tell her straight up. You sitting there, you will up your file on her and take her out? Like, God damn.
Under the covers.
Shit.
For changing her mind and doing what he claimed she did. But little did he know, police had spoken to Victoria and found out a possible motive. She claimed she had told William if he wanted to pursue their marriage, he had to completely break things off with Kendra.
Right.
And she said he told her, don't worry about it. She would never contact him or her again. So they felt the pastor made good on his promises.
So you man literally not blocked, not just blocked. You can't hit me here. Change my number. No IG, no social media. You was dead ass when you said that. God damn.
Kendra getting her over to the house, saying he was done with Victoria, waiting until she fell asleep and took her life so he could move on with his new love. With that information, William was taken into custody. He was charged with first-degree murder, even though he pleaded his innocence. His congregation still was in full support and believed that a pastor could never do a thing like that.
Man, that don't mean nothing. That don't mean nothing.
They all came together and bailed him out. But that wouldn't last long, as he quickly violated the terms of his bail, and soon later, it would be revoked. As the case started...
So you get on... Some of your peoples put up money for you to get on bail, to get bonded out after you supposedly unaliving your fiance, and you gonna go right back. You stupid motherfucker.
With the trial,
oh my God.
People testified, including some of Kendra's friends and family, calling the pastor a hypocrite who played with her heart for years and was too much of a coward to just let her move on. So he took the last thing
that's weird, bro.
Offer her life. William sat with his lawyer reading the Bible, maintaining his innocence. Even his lawyer admitted to the court he was a liar, deceitful, hypocrite, a cheater, and manipulator, but claimed that doesn't mean he was capable of taking a life. William even spoke up for himself, telling the courtroom with tears in his eyes, "I would never do something like that." But in the end, the jury found the pastor guilty of all charges. During sentencing, the judge let William have it, stripping away his title, saying, "I won't dare call you a preacher. You are a coward, hypocrite, and not close to a righteous man." For smashing William with a life sentence. But he still maintained his innocence and felt like the state got it all wrong. Years later, he would come back on appeal, but the state felt like they made no mistakes and the sentence was upheld. And William is still serving the rest of his time. Rest in peace to Kendra. I send my prayers and condolences to her family.
So did he ever get married? Like, you feel me? Did he ever get married?
Her kids. I often tell people, just because somebody holds a righteous title,
that don't mean nothing. That don't mean nothing. That could be a front. That don't mean nothing. You know, the pastor be the most worst one in the church. You feel me? Like, God damn. But like, my thing is though, like, oh my God, what was I gonna say? Do y'all think he unalived his fiance to get with the other girl, or do you think she unalived herself? I don't think she would have unalived herself, me personally, because I feel like she would have killed. Trying to pursue. You feel what I'm saying? But you never know. God damn it. Bro might not be lying. You feel me? I don't know, man. Let me know what y'all feel about this video. Let me know. Do y'all think he did it? Or if he's innocent, down in the comment section, man. Like the video, share it, subscribe to the channel, smash that bell. It's on with y'all, man.